So I'm going to explore all these different towns, small towns, maybe some ghost towns, some haunted cemeteries, different things in the United States, starting off in the state of Indiana. First town we're going to go to is Fortville. I got some really cool statistics on it. I'm going to give some history, but we're going to explore together and find out, see what we see. I'm going to find the most expensive house there, which is $2.2 million that I found. And then another house that's like $105,000, just some middle-class homes we'll look at as well, but this will be fun to explore all of this stuff. So, Fortville, by the way, it's a quaint small town in Indiana. It has a population of 4,814. The town was actually founded in 1865, so it's been around for quite a bit now, because it's 2025, so what, maybe 160 years, I believe. Anyway, we're making our way over there. So the population in 1870 was 387, which grew to 1,006 by 1900, 3,444 by 2000, and as of today, 4,814. So the town's been growing, but it's still a really small town, under 5,000 people in general. It's approximately 25 miles northeast of downtown Indianapolis, Indiana, which we'll visit that in the future, especially the Circle City Mall, which is an exquisite mall. It's a nice mall, but it's also somewhat of a dead mall, and that'll be fun to explore. So the geography of Fortville, Indiana, by the way, is 2.91 square miles, so it's pretty small. It's actually quite tiny, and we're almost there. As you can see, even the town next door isn't that big. It's a nice little drive, quiet, peaceful. That's a beautiful view right here, right? Look at the sun. Look at the sun. Something that we don't obviously want to look at with our naked eye, but why not have the camera look at it for us, right? It's beautiful. Coming across a little river here, and we are almost in the town. Oh, town of Fortville. We're officially in. There was a sign right there welcoming us. So they got a couple nice homes right here. These all look fairly newer on the right side. I believe these are probably going for the mid 300 to 400s, which is not too bad. The Midwest is actually very affordable. You can't get anything in California for that amount, especially in Southern California. But out here, you can get something quite nice. This is one of the busier streets. I think this is going to take us to Main Street pretty soon. And even now, on a Thursday afternoon, for a small town of less than 5,000, there's a couple of cars out there, some traffic out. We'll walk around Main Street a little bit later. One thing I want to do around all these small towns is try to find a good coffee shop, which I will do. That is a mission I will accomplish. Look at that on the right. That's a nice, really old house. There's actually one that we'll look at a little bit later. That's a historic brown Refert house on Merrill Street, which was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2015. So I think that means it's protected. We'll check that out a little bit later. Oh, we're on Church Street. Oh, they got a cop out there. You gotta make sure you hit that stop sign just right. It's probably got nothing to do. The crime stats are actually pretty low out here. It's rated an A- on areavibes.com. Total crime, 47% lower than the national average, 45% lower than the national average for violent crime, and property crime is 48% lower than the national average. So that cop has got a pretty easy, but probably boring job. Again, this town only has a radius of 2.91 square miles, so it's going to be pretty quick to traverse. We're actually on Broadway Street right now. Well, we will be. Now we are. Yeah, I think this takes it see the end of the town. Oh, look at this. We got a pink elephant on the left. All these little small shops in the small town. Bet you the town pretty much ends right here. We're gonna go the other way. We didn't really get to see that much yet. We gotta go to Main Street. That's where all the action's gonna be, right? That's where people like to walk around. Oh, we got the fire department right here. I can't really see them doing much of anything. Maybe getting a cat out of a tree or something. I just can't see them really having to fight many fires, especially in such a small town with not a lot of houses, buildings. I'm sure they go to help out other towns around here, though. Should probably keep them just busy enough and justify that they have this whole fire station and department right here. Looks like the cops are right next door. But yeah, this is in Vernon Township. And I don't think they see much action. Nor do these cops up here. They don't see too much action. Which, like I had mentioned, the crime stats are really low around here. So this is one of those safe towns to live in. You know, people who probably live here, most likely have lived here their entire lives. They probably don't really get around too much. And I don't think this is really on the hot list of people to want to come and move to and live to. It's kind of like one of those towns. You grew up here, you probably try to escape, but if you don't, you just die here. You live and you die here, right? Speaking of which, let's break down some of the statistics. So the median age of the town's 35.7 years, with roughly 28% of those people under the age of 18, 35.5% between 18 and 44, which are prime years, 24% were from 45 to 64, and then roughly 12% were 65 and older. And those people are probably just going to die here. I don't know what the life expectancy is, but the gender makeup is 48.6% male and 51.4% female. So the women of this town slightly outnumber the men, if that means anything. They got a Subway. They got Marble Granite Place. They got a gas station. Advisory group. What else do they got? Oh, of course, the gas stations are one on each side of the street. It says bridge is closed. Looks like they're doing construction around here. Got a hardware store. Car wash. Oh, a public library. Nice. Oh, we got a CVS pharmacy. So this place is pretty lively, man. Like, I know with some of these YouTube videos, you get people wandering around these small towns that are almost dead. They're ghost towns, right? And those are going to be fun to explore in the future. But this is a lively little town. I actually heard the nightlife is pretty good. Like, if you go to Main Street, right? All these little shops, restaurants, bars. To check that out in the future. And if you guys want to visit, hey, you got a motel. Not a hotel, but a motel. I don't really know what the difference is. I think motels are just a lot smaller, which makes sense for a town like this to have. We got a pancake house. Let's see. A couple of homes out here. Yeah, so that's Broadway Street. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, here's some nicer homes up here on the right. These are probably all in that mid $300,000 range if I had to guess, but we are going to check out that $2.2 million home and also that ghetto $105,000 home, the fixer-upper. Well, these homes right here, these are pretty nice. She looks like a pretty good place to raise a family. What do you guys think? Would you guys want to live out here? Get a home out here? It looks like most of them have 2 or 3 car garages, 2-story homes. A lot of houses out here in the Midwest have basements, so almost like 3-story homes, which is cool. Do a lot of good stuff in the basement. They do tend to flood, though, as I unfortunately had found out when I got back from a trip in Philadelphia a couple of months ago. The basement was flooded. The sump pump broke. It's not pleasant. But I still like having a basement. Yeah, these are nice little houses, though. They're all kind of newer, too, which makes sense because the population, though small, has actually been on the incline, has been growing. A lot of these smaller towns that people cover on YouTube, the population is declining. You know, they've hit their peak. Fortville has not peaked yet. They are still growing, slowly but surely. Yeah, these houses have all been built within the last 20 years, maybe even 10. Probably within 20. Yeah, all built until the very end up here, which is blocked off, you know, too much forestry. It's too dense. We could probably clear it out, though, and build more houses as the town continues to grow. It's definitely not a bad place. Like, if you were to grow up here, I feel like you'd have a nice life. I myself actually grew up as an Army brat, so I've been all around. I went to 4 different high schools in 3 different states. This is kind of place, though, where you pretty much, you know, at least until college, just stay here. In the town of Fortville, there's actually 3 elementary schools, 1 middle school, and 1 high school. And then you can escape. Maybe one of the good universities in Indiana or elsewhere in the nation. But this is not a bad place if you had to grow up somewhere. We'll check out some more houses over here. It's a really nice middle-class neighborhood. And then there's actually 3 parks. We'll check out a couple of those as well. Still got to hit up Main Street. Got to go to those parks. And then I want to go to that historic house as well. And also find that coffee shop. More houses. I like the variety of the different colors that they got. Oh, this says no parking on the right side. Of course, this guy's parking there. Hey, that might give that cop something to do. All right, so that's a nice little neighborhood, and we're gonna go ahead and get back out to the main streets. Oh, this is Ohio Street. Yeah, see, I'm kind of lost here. I thought we were on Broadway, so we must be on the opposite end of that neighborhood, which I should get a separate camera because then I can use the map on my phone. But I'm using the camera on my phone. But it's a small town, so we won't get too lost. Oh, here's a cemetery on the left side. Yeah, because again, this town's been here for 160 years. I'm sure a lot of the people, you know, are obviously buried right there. Little memorial, small little memorial. But obviously, probably all people who lived and died in Fortville. Okay, this looks familiar. This has to be Broadway Street. Gotta make it down to Main Street. I want to walk around there, check out all these little shops, and then find that coffee shop I've been talking about. Oh, we got the Fortville Town Hall on the left. You know, a lot of important businesses be going on over there. Oh, look at the sign, the Fortville sign right here. You know what? Let's check this little road out. See what's back here. Oh, we got the big Fortville water tower. And then we got okay, these are a lot older homes here. These are the OGs of Fortville, right? The OGs. The guys that have been here for a long time. Speaking about being here for a long time, look at this old rustic building. Must have been some kind of a farm building or something. Oh, we might be getting close to Main Street. This looks like cool place to walk around, possibly. Man, look how many cars were parked around here, by the way. So these are obviously where a lot of people work. Yeah, they got public parking right here. This has to be Main Street. It is. And I am going to park here. Damn, do not enter. That's where the post office is. I gotta take a U-turn. I do want to get out and explore over here. Oh, and there's like a lot of parking on Main Street, which is pretty cool. No parking from 4:30 to 6 a.m. All right, I don't want to park right there. Maybe we'll move up and then we'll walk down the street. So we'll go all the way to the end. And, oh geez, 10-minute parking? That ain't gonna work. Come on. Man, they're very strict on their parking. I'm gonna find a better place up here. Maybe. Okay, welcome to Fortville. This looks like all good parking, right? Take this spot right here. All right, on Main Street, where we got the post office, the community center, Memorial Park, and Landmark Park. Okay, it's all probably within walking distance, man. So, yeah, I'll definitely have to check some of those out. I had mentioned I wanted to check out some of the parks anyway. I think some people have houses on this street. Sometimes people will convert them into businesses, of course, right? Yeah. I have a really good feeling I'm gonna find an amazing coffee shop around here, by the way. Oh, they got a firearms place. Hey. Oh, look at the teenagers. Shouldn't they be in school? Maybe not. The day after New Year's. All right. We have not found the coffee shop yet. But I am feeling optimistic. There goes that cool water tower, by the way. Right? Fortville, representing. You know, exploring these small towns would probably be a lot more fun with company, with like a friend or something. But it's kind of fun exploring by yourself too. And I'm taking all you guys with me, right? So you guys are like my online friends that will join me in this adventure. The alley. Like an Indian restaurant coming soon. Okay, so here's all the restaurants, man. Plenty of restaurants, but no coffee shops yet, anyway. Boy, I think that's... Man, is that really it? Like, is that the whole Main Street? I feel ripped off. There should be more. Look at that, founded in 1849. Also, the town's named after this dude, Cephas Fort, the original property owner where Fortville now stands. Wisely accepted the arrival of the railroad through this property and made the first area plat survey on February 12th, 1849. So, obviously having a railroad go to your town would be very helpful in building up the town back in the day. It's a nice mural, right? If you want to escape town, there goes your free ways to do so. Oh, look, an art studio. Okay, so I guess I'm not gonna find my coffee shop on Main Street, which is disappointing. Another little restaurant here. Well, I'll drive around some more and I'll find it. And then we're gonna find that $2.2 million home. Another really nice $870,000 home, which for Indiana, especially in a town like this, that's gonna be a big house. That's gonna be a really nice house. You guys seen a lot of the middle income homes, which were nice earlier. Hey, let me know what you guys want me to do, by the way, in future videos when I explore these towns. Like, maybe I should find some people, or at least one person who lived here for a while, and interview them and ask them about how life is, and if they ever wanted to leave, or if they're happy staying and living in a small town for their whole life. And then, you know, maybe I'll actually visit a couple of restaurants too, or at least one, right? Get a meal, get lunch in one of these small towns. I mean, one thing that I did plan to do the whole time was at least get coffee, which I still plan to do, but I'll find probably the more popular restaurant, get lunch there, get a meal. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, what you want me to do when I explore these little towns. We have Indulge. I think this is a coffee shop. No, actually that's a milkshake place. Yeah, that's a milkshake place. It's too cold for a milkshake. Oh, look at this. This is an old church. It's always cool to find the old churches. Oh, and look at this. That's an interesting house. Church for all sinners and saints. How long you guys think this has been around here? Probably when that town formed, man. Let's head to Landmark Park. Let's see how far it is down this street. Oh shit, this might be it right here. Yeah. Okay. It's not much there. No, that can't be it, right? Oh shit, maybe it is. Okay, we'll head the other way and go to Memorial Park. This is a dead end right here, but yeah, that's the park, man. I was hoping maybe they'd have like a duck pond or something, but no, nothing. Let's go to the other park. The park is just, I believe, on the other end of this street. Park maintenance office there on the right. I'm assuming this park's a little bit bigger. They can justify having maintenance office. So the park closes at 11. A couple of swings. You got a slide. Oh, we got a softball field. Nice. Okay. This is kind of a real park. Tennis courts. Oh, and there's a Fortville Community Center as well. Yeah, they're not messing around, man. Oh, this park's actually pretty big. Okay, so they got a dog park and a skate park here. At least that's what that sign says. Okay, so nobody's using it. Okay, let's just check this out a little bit more. Oh, this guy. Oh, they got a basketball court. How's it going? Okay, they're doing work. Yeah, they got everything, man. It's crazy, though. So, I mean, the only people at the... Well, I mean, I guess it is a date during the week. Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot busier on the weekend, but yeah, they got the nice dog park down there on the left, and the skate park, everything. And let's see, looks like we have to go this way. Alright, you got your restrooms, which are important. Okay. Guess I could go further down here, right? Another baseball field. I'd assume this park would have to be pretty busy during the summer or the spring, man. There's kind of a lot going on at this park, or there could be, potentially, right? You got the stuff for the little kids, the little playground. Okay. Yeah, I'm impressed. This park is way nicer than the other one, which consisted of pretty much nothing. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty satisfied with that park. Alright, so now let's check out these houses that I've talked about. Let's see that really, really nice house. Alright, so this house that we're driving to, 5,623 square feet, so it's a pretty sizable house, pretty big house. $870,000, which that goes very far in the state of Indiana, trust me. I mean, these houses right here in this neighborhood, if I had to guess, probably 150, 200,000, which is pretty good as far as, there are a lot of states you cannot get a house for that little bit of money. Oh, this is the way that I came in earlier. Okay, so this house is out this way. Which, looking straight ahead, and you can see there's still construction going on. A lot of these new houses are being built up in this area as well. Yeah, I feel like this population is going to grow quite a bit, man. It's under 5. With all this new housing developments, I mean, who knows how big this town will eventually get, but it's definitely growing. And one big reason is that it's right next to Fishers, Indiana. I'm going to turn in right here because these new homes are built. But one reason is because it's right next to Fishers, Indiana. And Fishers, Indiana is usually always in the top 10 places in America to raise a family. Sometimes even in the top 3, depending on the year. And that's because there's good employment, there's low crime, there's low pollution, good cost of living. But yeah, so Fortville's taking advantage of that. And they're just building away. Like all these houses have probably literally been built within the last couple of years. You could see them building new ones too just down the street, like literally. Yeah, these are nice homes. And you're still close enough to everything. Like, you're only 25 miles from downtown Indianapolis if you ever want to go to the big city. All right, let's go see what $870,000 can buy you, though. These houses, by the way, they're going to be in the mid-3s, probably. They're really nice. Like, you got a 3-car garage right there. You know, two are connected. And then you got that lone garage that you can go in by itself. Yeah, this is a nice neighborhood though, definitely. Okay, more nice new homes. It looks like all of these minimum have 3-car garages, so this is a slightly nicer pocket. And we're getting closer to that house that I want to check out. The racial makeup, by the way, another statistic I know people like to talk about on these kind of channels. So for Fortville, it's 96.2% white, 1.3% black, 2.3% Hispanic or Latino of any race. And so that leaves a fraction of a percent for everything else. So there's probably like 3 Asian people that live here. I'm sure they're enjoying the hell out of it though. It's a nice neighborhood. Okay, so these houses, oh, these are looking nice. Yeah, that's why that one for 870 is around here. It's at the Ridge of Flat Fork neighborhood. Yeah, these houses probably, I would think, are in the 4s. Definitely. That one up ahead on the left, that's probably 5. It's a nice house. Especially considering, like, I mean, can you imagine spending $500,000 in Southern California? And I reference that because I used to live there. You're not getting nothing. But you get that corner house in Fortville, man, which would be like a mansion in California. Hey, I think I found the Asian people that live here. By the way. I could say that, by the way, because I'm half Asian. But yeah, statistically, they're less than 1% of the population. Alright, well, I believe we've arrived. No, it's not this one. It was... Yeah, it's this one right here. And there's a listing. I'm actually surprised this. It's a really nice house, but I'm surprised it's actually going for $870. So some of these other houses on this road are probably 5 or 6. I mean, it's 5,623 square feet. You know, it's got a basketball court. It's got a 3-car garage. Pretty nice backyard. I mean, all the houses are pretty nice overall. But yeah, $870 is what that'll get you in Indiana. I do like all of this stone and everything on it. So I bet you it'll probably sell pretty quick. Like, I don't really see it being on the market for that many months, if even. And all these surrounding houses look very nice. I actually kind of like that house behind it more, but they got a nice backyard. So that other house I mentioned, it's a little bit smaller than this for 2.2 million, but there's a lot of land, 16 acres, which obviously this doesn't have that much land, but it's a really nice house. But we're gonna visit that other one. All right, so that property for 2.2 million, that is about 15 minutes away, which for this small town is pretty far. So it's like on the opposite end of town, but definitely want to check that place out. All right, making our way. Oh, I gotta go right on Maple Street. I'm getting hungry for pancakes now. Maple, right? Alright, this is a big kind of, well, not really backwoods street because it's busy. It seems backwoodsy, but it's a big street. It's a long street. Some more nice new houses on the right side over there. Oh, and they're building a bunch on the left. So they're really building the hell out of this place. It's fun driving a Mustang out these back roads like this, especially when you got a manual transmission. Take advantage of it a little bit on those stops and starts when you don't have like a lot of people ahead, right? One thing I hate about this area though is that you have just like this narrow road, you know, with the other guy going head on, the speed limit's 50. I'm always paranoid, man. One little misstep on somebody's part who's not paying attention, and you're basically playing chicken. And if you veer off, there's a little bit to veer off on the right here, but sometimes there's nothing but trees. So it's almost like, they're almost like suicide roads, man. I never felt comfortable, especially during the winter on these kind of streets. Yeah, I'm still making my way over there, man. There's some nice houses here too, by the way. A lot of land in this area, so I'm not surprised that home is up here. It's sparsely, a lot more sparsely populated. But man, I didn't know Fortville was this big, you know, like reading about it, and what I say, this square mileage of it was like 2.91 square miles, the whole town. Oh wow, we got all these ducks and geese over here. But I didn't know the town was this large, man. It took a while to get to the other side. We're gonna get over to where we need to get pretty soon, though. I think, yeah, in about another mile and a half or so. We got some nice water over here, right? Looks like a nice lake. It's probably some good fish in there, I would guess. Of course, you have nice houses on the lake over here, which is cool. Alright, now we're getting really close. It's just on... Oh shit, I gotta take this left. There. Oh, we got another cemetery, man. I think I'm finding all the dead people in Fortville. We found that other one earlier. Actually, I don't like that cemetery is going to be so close to this house, now that I think about it. So I think we're almost there. Like I said, this property is on 16 acres of land, which is quite a bit. I mean, maybe the cemetery is not too close. We're heading, getting away from it here. But this house is tucked away, way back here. You got a little neighbor right there. Got a couple neighbors back here. Oh, okay, so we're still half a mile away, so that cemetery's not close at all. I'm still surprised Fortville is this big, though, man. I feel like I should be in a different town by now. And it's gonna be here on the left. Little tiny houses nearby. Yeah, people are really friendly. They wave at you when they drive by, or when you drive by, rather. Which I've found a lot of people do that, at least in the area of Indiana that I'm at. People never do that in California. Okay, so we had a Trump flag there. This house has a Harris Waltz. This is definitely more of a conservative red state. I would think a lot more people support Trump out here, which only makes sense, you know, if you just look at the area. But hey, you always have outliers, right? You had your Biden or your Harris Waltz supporter over there. Man, this really captures small town America, though, I gotta say. Indiana, a lot of corn and farmland and just space. I mean, a lot of Fortville's being developed, but like over here, this just like it probably was in 100 years ago. Just not much going on. There are gonna be so many cool places to visit in Indiana, by the way. I'll eventually make my way up to Gary, Indiana, the murder capital of the U.S., or at least sometimes it is, depending on what year, right? Interesting history behind that. A lot of that's related to it bordering Chicago and the empty housing and bodies getting dumped in those empty houses, but, you know, makes those stats look really bad. Not to say that crime is good there by any means, but it makes it look a lot worse. And so many cool states near Indiana, too, like Tennessee, Kentucky, that I'll eventually explore. I've explored that a little bit before, but never chronicled it, you know, so I didn't go in as in depth as I'm going to with this YouTube channel. Man, is it just me, or does it feel like it's taken forever to get the house? I'm swear, that's the thing about the Midwest, dude. Like, you'll drive and it'll say something's half a mile away, but it takes you like 10 minutes to get there, which is insane because you can walk there faster. It's not like I'm driving slow or anything. Oh, we're finally here. I think this is it on the left. So basically, this is what 2.2 million will get you. This White House over here. Oh, there's a big ass barn back there too, by the way, or something. So yeah, let's check this out, man. So I'm gonna park out here just in case, like, I'm paranoid. What if that gate closed when I went up to this estate? Though I don't know how secure it is, because you could literally just like walk around, or, you know, in my case, if I got locked out or locked in, I could just drive around in the dirt. But Mustangs don't really like dirt. So anyway, this is what 2.2 million will get you. And it's not so much the house, even though the house is nice, right? It's pretty big. It's a farmhouse. You're really buying all this land in that big ass like barn or building or hangar. Actually, it's like a hangar with, you know, what's going on over there. You could do all kinds of stuff, man. You could start a business over there, do whatever. But yeah, the money though is really just going to the land. Oh, I mean, I guess this is pretty cool, because I was almost gonna say, is this only a 2-car garage? But then you got 3 over here, so you got really 5-car garage in general, which is nice. You know, your neighbors aren't too close, but they're close enough, like, so nothing too crazy can go on. Yeah, okay, so this is where a lot of the money you're spending is going into. Like all that land, man, and that big ol' hangar, which, I mean, yeah, you could do a lot over there. So, oh, look at the backyard, by the way. So, they got it's always nice when you got the grill kind of built into the cement foundation. Always like the concrete backyards as well. It's much better than like a wooden deck, in my opinion. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Got a swimming pool. Yeah, that's really nice, man. A lot of windows in the back of the house, let the light in. But really, your money could go a lot farther in Indiana. 2.2 million could get you a ridiculous house, man. But you're not going to get this kind of land. So if you want the land and a hangar to do whatever the hell you want to do there, man, this would be the place. What do you guys think? If you like the land, you buy a place like this for 2.2 million. Would you get a much smaller place, like in a state in California? A state like California, that is? Or would you just get like a huge mansion in Indiana? Not forego all the land, forget that, you know, hangar where you could start some business or do whatever, man. A 50-car garage if you want. I would probably just get more of a mansion in Indiana. Something where I wouldn't have the land, but I'd have a humongous house. Because that money goes really far out here in the Midwest. All right, so now let's check the opposite end of the spectrum. We're gonna go to that house that was like $105,000. A real fixer-upper. The slums of Fortville, right? I don't think Fortville really has slums, but I mean, compared to the other houses, it's probably not gonna look that good, man. It's really a beautiful day out, by the way. Nice and sunny. I mean, it's cold. It's freezing. But it looks nice, right? There's no rain. There's no snow, even though it's winter. It's January 2nd of 2025. Can you believe that, guys? 2025. Wow. Shouldn't we have flying cars by now? I thought we'd have them in 2000. Anyway, eventually we'll get them, right? All right. Some nice properties here as well, but we will be getting to the less than nice property pretty soon. I'm kind of curious how that neighborhood looks, you know. $105,000. You probably have to dump, you know, another 20 or 30 grand in it to make it look decent, livable. I've seen some of the pictures online, and it definitely needs some work. Interior, gotta retile it, recarpet it, do that kind of stuff. But it's still kind of cool that you can buy a house for just over $100,000 out here. I mean, honestly, spend 20, 30 grand, build it up. And the neighborhood can't be that bad. I mean, the crime in general is low out here. You're not going to really have, you know, that many bad people, I wouldn't think. But we shall see. All right, we're back in the normal part of town. So yeah, that $2.2 million home and on that farm. So they got all the farms tucked away. People who like their land, like their space, are living back there. And now, I mean, with these newer homes, obviously you got to be like being around people, right? Maybe not so much as if you lived in the city when you're literally living on top of each other. Like, you still got your space. You could still breathe out here, right? And these are the kind of communities where you probably get to know your neighbors at least a little bit. And you have a family and you live, you know, a good chunk of your life over there. We are just about there. Okay, so these houses obviously are just a lot older, a lot smaller in general, and it gives you an idea of, you know, what you could buy for not very much money, but still have your own house, live in a small little town. Yeah, all these houses gotta be under 200, man. Oh, and the water tower is just on the left, so we're probably, of course, close to Main Street. Yeah, it's like this house right here, man. It's like somebody's already maybe doing some work on it, or at least one of the neighboring houses. So yeah, that's this pretty much what you could get for like 100, 150. You know, depending on how much work needs to be done. I mean, I don't like how tight this street is. A lot of, you know, street parking. I don't think these people really got garages or driveways. I mean, maybe they got a little something going, right? Like this guy, he's got his little garage going. It's probably just full of junk, you know, so his car's parked outside. Not a bad truck, actually. New truck. Yeah, but this neighborhood, man, these little tiny houses, right? 100, 150,000. Not too bad. Could never get anything or own anything like that in California. You'd probably need about 300-400 to have something similar. So there goes that water tower again. But I'm gonna look up a coffee shop because I have not run across one, but I still want to find one. Everything else I wanted to see around Fortville, I've seen. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed the little trip in small town America. Some little apartment buildings here. If you don't want to live in a house, at least that's something newer and a little cheaper, because again, if you didn't have much to spend on a house, maybe you don't want one of those houses for like $150. The apartment might make sense, man. I mean, home ownership has a lot of pros, but there's also some cons, obviously, like anything. Yeah, there's more apartments. So there's actually a decent amount of apartments around, you know, in this area. Oh, that sign said we just left Hancock County. We are in Madison County. From that Clint Eastwood movie, The Bridges of Madison County. I'm sure this is a different Madison County, but probably Madison counties all over the U.S., right? It says road closed, something miles ahead, local traffic only. I mean, I don't think it's closed. Like, those signs are kind of confusing, right? Maybe it's closed a little bit ahead. I gotta turn left up here, because even though I didn't find a coffee shop in Fortville, there is one nearby in Fishers that actually looked pretty good when I looked it up on Google. And I'm gonna go ahead and try that one on the way back, but I did have to go through this supposed closed road. I don't think it's closed. I'm local traffic, right? Oh, look. Another cemetery, man. Another cemetery. I'm finding them all. These places are sad. Kind of depressing. I hate to believe it, but I hate to think about it. You know, we're going to end up there someday. So, anyway, enjoy the journey of life. Experience life. That's why I kind of like getting out here and gonna make these travel vids. You know, I'm gonna experience more and explore, just enjoy my time as best I can. Kind of a cool road back here, away from everything, right? Nothing but dead trees. It'll come back in the spring though. I like these back roads. That's a cool little bridge here. a cemetery. Alright, the coffee shop is this way. It's going to be a very cool local coffee shop. It is not Starbucks. The whole point is to go to these unique coffee shops that you could really only get in these specific areas. So even though this isn't technically in Fortville, it's right next door. School 7 House Cafe. Bet you it's pretty good.